a thing that really dear to my heart. When I read about carpe diem, of getting the moment, living in the moment, and the people that cannot do that, it's just like it's crazy. Let me put first of all chat on. Some people get mad at me that I don't answer the chat on this thing. So once I was in Rome, waiting at the American embassy was opening for looking for waiting for my passport to be stamped and taking my first job in America. I was supposed to pick up a ship down in South America somewhere. It was Ecuador, and uh, while I was waiting there, a black car stopped in front of me. Comes out this guy, big guy, tall, all dressed in black. And I said, I know this guy. I know I saw him on TV before. And when he turned to me for a second, um, he looked at me, I look at him, and then he went inside the hotel. Beautiful hotel, one of those five-star hotel in Via Veneto. Veneto is a beautiful street in Rome where the American embassy is. When I was waiting outside, I was still wondering, who is that guy? Then at one point he comes out, look at me and say, hey, what are you doing there? And I told him, what? I was waiting for the embassy to open to pick up my passport. And starting my venture as a young captain on an oil ship down in South America. When he told me, oh, tonight I'm here in Rome. I don't live in Rome. I live in Milan. For Donna Sotto le Stelle was a show that once a year in Italy, all those fashion designers come there and they show off their beautiful dresses on Spanish steps. So all these models come down Spanish steps, go back up, and it's televised. It's amazing. It was an amazing venue. So I was there, and he told me, "Do you want to come?" I'm like, I could say a lot of stuff. Who's this guy? Why? But sometimes you have to go with your guts, and I did just that. Went with him. We became great friends, and a friendship that lasts till now. I call him my uncle, and he was a very famous makeup artist. I was invited as special guest in this show, and he have a plus one, of course. And I was sitting next to him the whole time, and introduced me to everybody. It was amazing. Now, carpe diem. Why? There's some people that are like they have prejudice, and they think nothing good can come out of it. But in everybody, there's something good. So you just have to see that part. And thankfully for me, there was a lot of good in Diego. Diego was amazing. His name is Diego Della Palma. Great makeup artist. If you guys want to check him out, he's online. Let me see if I can bring him up here. But one day, I'll ask him if he want to do a live with me. I'm just learning how to do this, so I'm gonna do that without guests for a while, and then start to put guests in it. I want to have him. I would like to have Mauro Situra, which is was my boss in Milan and a great friend of mine. I like to have Paola Barale. That was one of my favorite clients. Maybe Valeria Marini one day. Maybe I can ask a very funny guy that I met in one of the shows, named Massimo Lopez. I like to ask. I like to ask who else. Carolina Marconi. This is one of my best friends. I like to ask people that I know, very famous, but definitely entertaining, like my brothers, Antonio and Maurizio. I like to ask Riccardo, my best in Italy. Can only watch for a second. Oh, my girlfriend is online. She just texted. Then I like to ask uh, my girlfriend's sister. My girlfriend already was on it, but Leila never. She's a comedian in the coming, great person and funny as hell. I like to ask the next American president, United States president. I know his name, but I don't know if I can say his first name is Gaius. I'd like to ask him. Uh, I'd like to ask to join. Let's see. Oh, I had to text my son. He just texted me. Just a second. I'm gonna put some music, and I'm back in a minute. This one rock. Listen, boy, I'm live on YouTube. I'm gonna call you in a minute. You wanna come in? Can I send you a link? You talk to that a little bit. So, but before you play, okay, then I love you. Bye, boy. Okay, wait. Wait, you cut your hair? Perm. I did this perm. Cut his hair and did this perm. Perm. Permanente. Ah, kids. I'm watching on TikTok. They don't count here. That's crazy. TikTok is so crazy. But I'm trying to help TikTok too, so that slowly we're gonna do more of this there. Anyway, my main focus is IG and sorry, YouTube. IG is not even there. The IG is so difficult to live stream on a platform. You have to put the link in. It's like 10 years behind. Maybe they fix it. But right now it's not. Talking about Carpe Diem. Carpe Diem was also with our fun, my girlfriend too. She was the most beautiful thing I ever see. She walked inside the place with my friend. We have a coffee place in town, and when she walked in, she was like, 6 feet tall, beautiful, all elegant, very conservative. You can tell, that she's like a woman, not just a girl. And when she walked in, she looked at me. She gave me just a little glance because she's very chic, and she looked at me like this. And I was like, "What? Who's that?" And I end up sitting next to her by chance. When I was sitting next to her, I was like, "Are you a model or something?" She was like, "Yes." "What's your name?" She said, "Scarlett." I never heard the word Scarlett. I was like, "Ooh, Scarlett. I like that." She's still here? I don't think she's here. So I was like, but then she was really too much. She was like the perfection in a woman. You put all the stuff together, that's her. And you just go for it. That's what happened. I went for it, and now we're together 2 years. That's it. Carpe diem. What is another time? Carpe diem. Let's see. Jobs. When I wanted to change jobs, and I went like from captain on a ship to be hairdresser in Milan. Talking to Diego, the same guy that I met in Rome for Donna Sotto le Stelle, I asked him, I'd love to do my hair. So come here, come in Milan. There's so many good places from the same great Aldo Coppola that I know Aldo, so I can introduce you. And I was like, yeah. And I just went for it. When I went there, Aldo looked at me, asked me, what can you do? I said, nothing. What did I say? Next to the maestro is like the best hairdresser I ever lived. And he was, okay, perfect. I like that. I'll take you under my gardens. And I prefer, actually, you didn't know how to do nothing, because it's better to write in a white book that is unwritten than correct all the mistakes that someone else makes. That was crazy. And I started my life there in Milan for a few years until he opened his place in Italy, in Rome. And he asked me, you want to go work in Rome? I was like, yeah. It was like an hour and a half from my house, so 1 hour train, 35 minutes there. Oh my God, another guy. Always the same. Putting them out. Oh my God. I had to block a comment. Let's see if there's on. There's always a funny guy that want to comment something stupid. Or girl, I don't even know. Yeah, fake account for sure. I'm sweating some stocks. The stock market is closed. These are cryptocurrency. Which you make like 20% in a few days. That's good. You can see on my link tree, there is some clickable links. Thank me later. Only what you can lose. Because, the world of finances is like such a roller coaster that if you don't have the stomach for it, it's better not to do it. Go up and down, like completely. And look at Bitcoin or Litecoin or anything. It went up and down, lost like 90%. That's how it is. Ooh. On my, I want to put back some music in the background. Like this one. 8% good. Volume. Okay. And what else I do? Photography. Thank you for the question. Photography, we get images. Some of my images, some more than 500 images, are listed on Getty Images website under my first and last name. And there's some videos there, some drone videos that I took when a drone was not impossible to fly. Now, everywhere you go, you need like to be doctor, engineer, and a flight attendant to have a license. Before it was easy. So if you have to get a drone, get something that is less than 250 grams, because it's much easier to be able to fly it than a regular drone. And the cameras on these little drones are almost as good as the one that are big anymore. Even the range, the oh my god. I had to read the messages and I should reappear, but I don't. Not that your channel has the messages from Kick. Any of you has used Kick before? It's a platform that you can go on and do this stuff. I have to start to use Rumble too. Rumble is where Nick Fontes does his thing. It's very, very open. So you can really do and whatever you want, which I think the First Amendment is something very important that we should treasure all the time. The freedom of speech and be yourself. We are all different, all unique. To live life normally, it's like a lottery, 1 or 3 trillion chances that you are alive right now. It's more difficult to be born than to be yourself, than to win a lottery 10 times. So, just saying, we're pretty blessed. Any from TikTok, any book you like. If you never read any book, you start with the Bible, which I'm doing right now because I read a lot of books and then not even read the whole Bible. So even if I'm in a very, very boring step right now, I'm in the Old Testament where they explain how to make a church, how to make an altar, and it's like a 3 measure of that with this color. These are pretty tough right now, but you have to do it. You too, man.